Security, also a former case officer with the Central Intelligence Agency, joining us from Washington. Chad, should we be surprised by this?
Well, I think no, in one respect, which is that we look at the advances in technology, whether it's facial recognition, biometric scans for fingerprints, and other forms of artificial intelligence combined with cyber hacking and surveillance. It's just much harder to do human today than it was even 5 years ago. And you couple that with what just happened in Afghanistan, where there are a number of sources that had nothing to do with Afghanistan but were recruited there that had implications globally. Those two factors, collide, and you've got a recipe for a field day for some of our adversarial intelligence services.
You come at this from a unique perspective because you work both on the front line and then also you were at the very upper echelons of another government agency, obviously not the CIA, but DHS. Mm-hmm. You had to think that when the CIA wrote this memo to every station worldwide and every U.S. embassy, they had to think it was going to leak or at least have that possibility. Why write it?
Well, I think it's a cost-benefit analysis that there is definitely a cost to revealing this. They had to know our adversaries would potentially find out. But at the end of the day, it's revealing a reality that they already know. And so I think the cost-benefit analysis was we have to up our game. And right now, what I think is important is actually in the world of new technology, the United States is a leader. So we should be actually taking this and flipping it to our advantage. We should take a page out of our adversaries' playbook and actually start to do what they do, which is right now, when I was in the agency, the promotions were done by how many spies you recruit. What we can do is you get what you incent. We should flip that and say, how many adversarial spies have you hunted? And that equals a promotion.
All right, so that would go up against certainly the Russians and the Chinese, who we know are recruiting here. Another big part of this.
Also, one thing I would flag is it's not just the Chinese and the Russians. Even intelligence services like the Pakistanis and the Cubans have been extremely effective in this effort and have actually done double agent operations against us. So people should know that it's not just these, near peer adversaries like China and Russia. It is often the case, some of these other agencies that practice great tradecraft that we have to be able to watch out for.
Scary when you think you're getting bested by Pakistan
right.
in Cuba. Speaking of Cuba, Havana syndrome has also made it very difficult for the CIA to operate. It's the idea that there's some kind of electromagnetic weapon, microwave weapon being used against U.S. Intelligence officers worldwide. And now the president says he's going to take it a lot more seriously. It should be taken more seriously. Take a listen to a doctor on this issue.
That complained that heard a loud noise and felt some pressure phenomenon. That one individual was the index case. There were many more individuals that started complaining over the course of the next several months.
Now we know of dozens of attacks all over the world. President Biden speaking about this, does this change things for the agency's ability to deal with it?
Well, I think a lot of my friends that are still there needed to hear this, which is, I know personally individuals that are suffering from Havana syndrome and actually weren't helped. And at a time, when we have officers that are injured in the line of duty, we have a moral obligation to support them. We also need to let our adversaries know that this kind of attempted attack with plausible deniability isn't going to be tolerated. And so I think the front lines need to hear that the administration is prepared to stand up for them.
It seems as though President Biden said, I'm willing to stand up internally within the United States for you to get the help you need. The external part of holding people responsible, we have yet to hear. Chad, great conversation as always. Thanks for making time tonight.
My pleasure, Leland. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Outrage in one major city